Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Exciting day. We are blessed by the best, and we have one of the best to ever touch the gridiron. Ladies and gentlemen, Hall of Famer Brian Dawkins. Dawk, how are you?
I'm absolutely blessed, my brother. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, we're getting all geared up, guys. The golf clubs are being polished. Okay, we're cleaning the teeth of the clubs because the Stoltzfus Structures, Brian Dawkins, Driving Impact Celebrity Golf Tournament is upon us, and it is presented by E&E Contracting. Dawk, it is year 2. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great about it. Year one blew me away. The success of it, Pin Oaks and the fine people there. How many people that came out, and this year is looking to be even better. So I'm very excited about it. Can't wait.
The golf clubs have found a place in your heart. It's real. It's happened.
Yeah, it has. Like I told you, I back in the day before I had all the we had all the kids. I love golf. I was bitten by the bug, so I love to play it a whole lot. I don't play it quite as much now. I rather lift weights than play golf. but I still love the game. I respect those cats who play it, I love the game.
Folks, I think we got to get Dawkins, Bryson DeChambeau. He's brought powerlifting to golf. Dog, how strong are you right now into the powerlifting? What kind of training regimen are you on the day to day now?
Oh man, I try to get 4 times a week, so that's my goal to get 4 a week. One obviously Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of off, and then Tuesday, Thursday. I kind of try to do that. Doesn't always work that way. And where I am now, to be honest with you, I I've lift weights long enough, and I still pay attention to some of the things that other people do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of piece things together. So sometimes I do full body workouts. And I really push myself. Other days, not so much. So I kind of mix it up, kind of keep my brain excited about the next opportunity to do things. But no, it's a lifestyle, brother. It's something that I know that benefits me, not just physically, but also mentally. One of the best things that I do, this is for anybody who's listening. One of the best things that I do for my mental health is work out. It's one of the best things that I do for it.
We got. I mean, I know you're one of the most spiritual guys, right? That I know, and so we got this daily prayer book, and I was looking at it today. This is the April 19th, right? And I wanted to read you this prayer because I think it goes heavy with what you just said. So here it is, guys. It's a glorious way, the upward way. There are wonderful discoveries in the realm of the spirit. There are tender intimacies in the quiet times of communion with God. There's an amazing understanding of other people in the upward way when serving the higher power. And man, you always talk like you have such a strong mental, and you do take that time alone. Like I know I've asked you about like marketing stuff, and you've been like, I need to process that. I really need to feel that in my spirit. Like, where'd that come from?
Man, that's come from a long time of understanding where my power comes from, where my strength and all of our strength literally comes from. And me being a believer, for those who don't know, I'm a believer in Jesus Christ. So that is the foundation of who I am. And I understand that the things that I can do have been given to me, have been blessed. I have been blessed with these abilities by the Heavenly Father. And so that quiet time of reflection that you're talking about is so important for all of us to do. I know a lot of people say that you want to meditate and don't think about nothing. Listen, I invite God in every meditation that I do. So I'm never there by myself. I don't ever want to be there by myself, because ultimately the things that I then used, and it was a powerful verse that you just read, the connection or the connectivity to other people. Guess who also knows those other people?
The
That
big man.
same, yeah, that's the same God that you're praying. So that gives you that in-depth look potentially into something that that person may be going through, and all of a sudden it hits you as a thought. You know what? Maybe I need to call such and such.
Right.
And then you call such and such, and all of a sudden that person is like, man, I've been going through such and such. And so now you give that person a word of encouragement. And that's not luck. That's not by chance. I don't believe in those things. It's by you spending that time quiet with God and allowing Him to direct you.
Absolutely. And that guy's a lot of this stuff, like this is the man, this is the foundation, the brain, the heart, the spirit that is behind this Driving Impact Foundation. If you guys want to get involved, BrianDawkins.com. And I'm going to give you guys some more information later in the show on a great auction we got going on right now to raise money for the Driving Impact Foundation. Now, when you look at Pennsylvania, this is something that I think is really cool. You're born in Florida, right? Jacksonville, Florida. And
Yep.
then your journey brings you to Pennsylvania, Philadelphia to be exact, but Pennsylvania, which is a huge state. And if you guys don't know Pennsylvania, you got Philly over there, which is the city, right? You could compare it to New York, these kind of things. And it's so diverse. And then you have the country, and it's like the most country of country that you're going to see there. And this is the place you were put. And I've seen the impact you have on people from all walks of life. And it's almost ironic. Like I know all the great work that Stolfus Structures is doing. And that's an Amish company and family. And I mean, you've touched the lives of people from literally every walk of life. Like, is that crazy to you?
It is. It is. It is. And you know this by now. I see success in my life through my 16-year-old eyes.
Mm.
So my 16-year-old eyes, at 16, for those of you who do not know me, obviously you won't know me at 16, but for those of you who don't have my book and all of those things, who have never heard me speak, that person was a very angry person because he felt overlooked. He felt like things were happening for other people and not for him. He felt he had to outwork everybody. So he used anger a whole lot, and he didn't necessarily expect a whole lot from himself because he didn't feel other people expected nothing from him as well. And so when I look through that lens of that person and seeing that a place like Philadelphia, as vast as you're talking about, there's also some rough places in Philadelphia, right?
Absolutely.
And then there's some places that, for the most part, it's a blue collar place that people work hard for what they have, and they really work hard for what they have. And so to know that I've been blessed to then go to Philadelphia to have the success that I've had, obviously on the football field, but also to inspire people to live life differently, with more passion, with more drive and determination, right? I'm blown away by that. Blown away by that.
This might be an impossible question, honestly, but we're at a time right now where every other day we see the school shootings on TV. We're seeing kids in inner cities feel like, just like how you just said, kids all over the place are feeling like, man, maybe I'm just not seen, things like that. How did you, like, what was the thing that got you, that flipped the switch in you, that got you feeling like, no, I can make a difference, and no, I do want to make something of myself?
Man, so growing up in Jacksonville, where I grew up, I was blessed to do some things that allowed me to see life outside of my neighborhood and see something that I wanted for me and my family. I was blessed to go to a camp, and I tell this story all the time because this is a significant moment in my life. I was blessed by somebody, and this is where the foundation kind of come from as well. I was blessed by someone that I will never know, I will never meet, to go to a basketball camp in North Carolina. I'm 11th going into my 12th grade year. And I was blessed to then go to that camp for a week. It was an FCA camp. And we had to go through a very plush neighborhood. I mean, plush neighborhood. I had never been into a neighborhood like that. And so in my mind, as I'm going to learn some things about the Bible, learning how to journal, learning how to read the Bible, all of those wonderful things, here's the other thing that hit me. I said to myself, I'm going to live in a place like this. I'm going to live in a place like this. Me and my family will live in a place like this. And so from that, I can go into the deeper descriptions, but I'll leave it there. From that, I began to do things differently when I came back. I began to separate from myself even more so from individuals that would not help me make that vision come true. I began to seek advice of those teachers and those to help me do better in school. Even I asked one of my teachers, who was my coach at the time, Coach Black, to tutor me because I needed to raise my GPA up, because I wanted to go to somebody's college, because the scholarship that I got had been taken from me by Florida because my GPA was not high enough and I was not a big enough recruit. So I needed to do something different. So all of these things came from, I believe, not all of it, a majority of it came from somebody blessing me with financial ability to go to a camp that I would not have been able to had not they did that. So
Wow.
that's what the transformative moments that we want to provide for kids, for young people, and for the parents to experience things that they might not be able to experience outside of the gifting that we give them. And also from a mental health. I don't say mental health. I call it cerebral wellness because there's too much negative connotations attached to it.
Correct.
So from a cerebral wellness standpoint, blessing young people, to your point, in high school right now with the coping mechanisms to help them overcome the flood of emotions that come every now and then.
Absolutely. And now the world, guys, you think about it, and I mean, we're all living in the same world, but imagine you're a high schooler now. We used to just want to be the freshest going to high school. Imagine now the internet. They're looking at social media every day. It's incredible what's in these kids' heads. Dog, you know what's crazy is that, like, you tell that story, it was the houses. These things inspired you saying, I want better for my family. And now I sit back and I'm looking at year 2 of this golf tournament. This Stolfus Structures is there. This is a company that builds, and E&E Contracting is there. You're working with the builders that help build your dream. That's so
Come on,
crazy.
man. Come on, and I didn't see it that way too. You just said it like that, bro. Like, come on, man.
Full
Come
circle,
on,
baby.
come on, man.
That's too cool. Guys, right now, like I said, if you log on to BrianDawkins.com, you'll see the links to everything. May 1st and 2nd at Penn Oaks Golf Club, Westchester, PA. All proceeds are benefiting the Brian Dawkins Impact Foundation. So now, guys, if you type in the address, drivingimpact23.givesmart.com, you are going to see the auction. If you can't make it, you can still support and you can get something really cool out of it right there. You'll see the link on the screen now. Doc, we got to talk some of these prizes because they got me all types excited over here. Okay? So, folks, you might hear a beep, beep in the background. That might be the Brinks truck pulling up to Jalen Hurts' house right now because he got paid yesterday, okay, big time, and the Jalen Hurts signed jersey right now is available. So we got that, but also, dog, we got a trip to Disney World like true champions.
And you know it. And you know it. Excited about it. And I will just leave this dangling out there. There may be an opportunity for us to meet up for a lunch or something like that. I'll just leave that out there in the open.
Oh, that is beautiful. And folks, a 4-course wine dinner with Doc himself. So is that also available? Can Cowboys fans, Giants fans, are they allowed to bid on that auction item? How does that work?
Absolutely. You just can't wear your jerseys. You can't wear. Yeah, you can't. You can't wear none of that paraphernalia when you come to eat with.
There's a dress code.
Absolutely, you can bid.
There's a dress code, or else the wine might end up on the jersey, folks. And then this is a really cool one, man. I know Philadelphia, every NFL market really seems to have patriotic following, but there's something about Philly, the way that Philly supports our troops and supports our country. So this one's very special. A chance to hold the flag on the field at an Eagles home game. This package includes tickets to the game. That is dynamite.
Yeah. And here's the other thing that you always got to think about it. And I do, once again, through my 16-year-old eyes. There's not a lot of people that knows what it looks like from on the field before the game. Now, some people have been on the field, because they've had some type of function or having fun, but they don't know what it feels like to be on the field and you have all of those seats in the stands filled. That's a different experience, much different experience.
And is there anything you could compare? Because you obviously got one of the best entrances in NFL history. Is there anything you can compare to that feeling when your name gets called and you break through that curtain? Is there anything you could compare to that?
No, I mean, no. The only thing you can kind of compare it to, because it's similar, is someone, if at a concert or something like that. Like someone's about to perform and they step on the field and onto the stage or something like that. But there is nothing like that. And to be honest with you, a lot of guys have trouble after football because of that experience, because getting used to that type of celebration and then stepping off the field and never, ever being able to experience anything like that after. you leave the game of football.
That's pure electricity right into the veins, folks.
It's unbelievable, man. It is unbelievable.
What's unbelievable is, first of all, Philly last year was unbelievable, but it's so crazy. Like, when we talk about you, this is a man and your ability to cut through culture, right? You made such an impact playing. Obviously, you're one of the biggest Eagles all time. But last year, during the whole playoff run, who do they tap into to help bring the electricity during the whole run? Brian Dawkins. Like, that's got to be crazy for you to now see a new generation, and you're still the supercharger.
It blows me away that people are still buying my jerseys, still wearing my jerseys. And again, that's not something that I will tell you that I grew up saying, hey, I want people to wear my jersey Sunday. I want people to buy my jersey. So at some point for me, and I say it like this, that I'm living somebody else's dream, because I didn't dream as big as that, as to be called by the Philadelphia Eagles 10, 11 years after retirement and having them have me be a part of such special moments.
It's so cool. And we saw the shots of you and Jeffrey Lurie in the box up there. What are you guys talking about up there? Are you saying to yourselves, whoa, this kid Jalen Hurts, nobody saw this coming? Or did you? Because the rest of the country doubted, but Philly believed.
Not all of Philly.
Not all of Philly.
Not all of Philly, man. If you go back and you kind of look at some of the things that were said about him when he was battling with Wentz, for instance, Carson, like there were some people that were literally like mad at the fact that they were giving him an opportunity. But for me, it wasn't necessarily the talent that I saw. I saw the ability to overcome adversity and not change his demeanor, not change his personhood of who he is and how he goes out and stays a positive reflection of the team, his family, himself. I never saw that deter, even when he was going through those adverse situations in Alabama. And then he got better when he went to the next step. So that showed me an individual that can take some of the critiques and criticisms, take the good that he can grasp from them. I need to improve in these areas and improve. And it was the same thing after he played that first year. Now, when I say the first year, people will think I'm talking about the first calendar year. No, I'm talking about the first full year. So that first full year for Jalen Hurts lasted into the second year. I know a lot of people are like, no, he's no longer a rookie. Yes. Right. In the locker room, guess what he was? A rookie. Yeah. He was still a rookie because he had not played a full season. So then you see him play a full season. You saw the growth and maturity. And then after struggling in that game against Tampa Bay mightily, and during that year, as far as accuracy is concerned, you see him go into an off season, kill it, get better, and come out and just lights it up with accuracy down the field, all over the place. So again, you have a mentally strong individual who can get better, who sees things that he can improve on and gets better. And that mentally strong individual is coming to Philadelphia, who are going to tell them how they feel, right, good or bad. Right. And you feel me? So again, to me, it was a perfect marriage. Perfect marriage.
If that's a Rocky story, folks, that is probably one of the best Rocky type stories you could imagine. And Jalen, cheers to Jalen Hurts. He got his contract, but really the guy is a fighter. And that is the coolest thing, to see a man like that rise and lead a city like that. Now, you could almost say it's an unstoppable drive, similar to the battery that is in Brian Dawkins' heart. I want to talk to you guys about something, and this is truly driving impact here, with a relentless drive, the airless tires. What do we think of this thing, Dawk? It looks like something straight out of a Spider-Man web.
See, I couldn't see, like, what is it? I was trying to figure out, like, is it for... It says it's airless tires?
Airless tires. So they've created these webs within the rubber, guys, that are supposed to keep the weight of the vehicle as it's rolling. So you'd never need to put air in these tires, and they could never go flat because all they are is webbed rubber. I want to know if we're buying into that or not.
I'm not. So anytime, I'm just telling you, like, me personally, I'm usually not the first person in line to get stuff. Like I'll let the bugs, because I know there's gonna be some type of bugs or something that's not gonna be right with it. So I'm gonna let all of these thousands of people buy the stuff, and then when they bring the stuff back because something's happened and they fix those bugs, then I'll go get it. I'm not gonna be the first one though.
So Dork was not one of the first guys with the Spreewell rims when they came out, ladies and gentlemen.
No, no.
Now, obviously, Brian Dawkins has a big heart, okay, and he's a great man. But you don't want to find yourself in a confrontation or going toe-to-toe with Dork, okay? A lot of people could tell you that from the field. But that video I sent you with this big old bear comes up to the family's Mercedes or BMW, pops open the door. If you see that going on, what are you doing? Do you try to take the bear down? What's going,
Man, heck no. Man, please. What? Man, that's a bear, dog. Like as much as I love a car, that's an automobile that has insurance. There's no way in the world I'm stepping out there with no bear. But the funny thing for me is, did the alarm go off or something?
I think it was the guy. I think the guy's voice went from deep to ah, ah!
Oh, okay, because I couldn't hear anything, and I just saw the bears like stand up like at attention or something. So I didn't know if the alarm went off or something.
I'm going to play it for you guys with the sound, okay, so you'll be able to hear it. But, yeah, I think it was just the range. I think the range of voice went from deep to way high when that bear popped that door open.
Oh, there he is. Hey!
Listen, no, you gotta in that space, in that place, you gotta understand your place. And my place is not stepping out there with no bear because of no doggone car.
Well, my money, guys, would still be on Dork in that scenario. But now you're a fashionable guy. Okay, we can say nothing other than that. You're a sharp dresser, and you're a fashionable guy. Now these images just came out. Nike putting out these new hoodies. It looks like a mix of a sleeping bag, right, or maybe a couch mixed with a hoodie. Will we see Brian Dawkins wearing it anytime soon?
So my question, my first question is like, what is that for? Is that like for camping? Is that what it's for? So that's a different subject matter if it's for camping. If you're going out and you have this is camping and stuff like that, that's different. If this is something to be worn out, this is some of the worst tomfoolery I've ever seen in my life.
I got to say, I don't think it's for the outdoor line, because you got to imagine if you're hiking with the sleeping bag on, well, you might just die of overheating.
I'm talking about, at night, you finish hiking and then you're sitting around the fire and stuff like that.
This is for the club, Doc. We're gonna see players walking in wearing this to the games.
And you know what? And that would not surprise me. Some of these things some of these cats are wearing now, it does not surprise me that they would think that this Michelin man look will look hot.
Wow, who'd have thought Michelin would make so many appearances on today's shows, guys? That is a beautiful thing, but I would have recommended it for any wide receiver that was trying to come across the middle on you. I would have recommended it to a lot of those guys that were playing against you. Could have given them protection against the impact that you were driving, my friend.
And I was definitely trying to impact, brother.
So, folks, May 2nd, it is going to be a ball at the Penn Oaks Golf Club, Westchester, Pennsylvania, with all proceeds, again, benefiting the Brian Dawkins Impact Foundation. Want to give a big thank you to Stolfus Structures and E&E Contracting, everybody getting involved. It really is incredible to see how this has grown in year 2. Doc, what would you like to say to everybody getting behind the tournament?
Yeah, just please, if you wanted to celebrate with us, first of all, we have, I believe we still have some tickets available for the soiree. Rub elbows with some of us more seasoned cats. And I would love for you to just go on to the website to check out the auction items. There's a whole bunch of stuff, and that's one of the things that we were looking to do better from last year to this year, is to get more experiences. I think that we have something to Tuscany or something like that, to a week in Tuscany and stuff like that. So there's a whole bunch of experiences for people to have to go and bid on. So you want to, not just bless the foundation. That's a great thing. Thank you very much. But also something to bless you and your family. So there's a lot of things on there for just that.
Absolutely. And guys, if you want to see some of those auctions that you can get involved with, and you can't be on site, it's Driving Impact 23. That's number 23.givesmart.com. You're seeing that here. And if you don't golf and you want to attend the soiree, head over to BrianDawkins.com. Meet Dawk, Patrick Sapp. Here's some of the names that are going to be out there, folks. Takeo Spikes, Brian Westbrook, Eddie George, Harold Carmichael, and the list goes on. If you go on BrianDawkins.com, you'll see everyone that's going to be there supporting. You don't want to miss this one. Dawk, I want to say congratulations, man. It's been really special to watch what you've built and to see how cool the team is you have around you. You have such a family environment around your team, and so shout out to the whole Dawkins team. It's always been a pleasure to deal with you guys and work with you guys.
No, and appreciate you coming on board and giving us some of your insight, my brother.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely. Well, guys, Dawk will be seeing you in Westchester. Let's make an impact. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment on the show, and we'll be seeing you here next time. Cheers.